On September 3rd, 1998, Khoua called 911 and reported she had killed her children. When first responders arrived at Khoua's apartment, they found Khoua lying inside the doorway in a ceremonial red dress with an extension cord tied around her neck. All 6 of Khoua's children were scattered around the apartment, dead by strangulation. Khoua was 11, Samson was 9, Naley was 9, Tang Lung was 7, Ai was 6, and Tang Ko was 5. On December 1st, 1998, Khoua pleaded guilty to 6 counts of second-degree murder. She was sentenced to 50 years, with the possibility of parole in 33 years. At the sentencing hearing, Khoua said she was suicidal during the murders and worried about who would look after the children if she died. Her attorney said once she made the decision to kill herself, she called her children to her one at a time and strangled each one with a black piece of cloth. A woman who knew Khoua said she loved her children but was depressed over the amount of responsibility she had. In 2017, Khoua called Bruce Wenger, the attorney who represented her in the murder case, and asked him to visit her. It was the first time they had talked since she was sentenced in 1999. I was a little sad that I didn't go forward with a mental illness defense and have her found not guilty, Wenger said. It's hard to see somebody that went through the kind of trauma she did, serving this much time. Wenger said he would have argued that Khoua Her didn't have evil intent. She had decided to commit suicide, but did not want to leave her children without being properly cared for, Wenger said. She strangled her children to put them in heaven because she believed as a Christian that they were going to go straight to heaven. In her deranged mind, she thought putting them in heaven would be a responsible thing to do, a loving thing to do as a mother. But Wenger said most people in the public didn't view Khoua Her that way. They thought she was an evil person killing her kids, and he considered that bringing the case to a jury could result in 6 consecutive life sentences. Khoua Her took a plea bargain for a 50-year sentence. She will be eligible for release in 7 years, when she is 58 years old.
Last night my wife and I got home and all night we could not sleep. These children spent every day outside here and going fishing, and last night they were not outside at all. And to hear that they all are dead, we were very, very, very sad. They were like budding flowers and ready to fruit and flourish, and to cut them at their prime. Suddenly, we lost all 6. Even one is tragic, but all 6, how could we relate with that? I never thought that their problem would amount to this, but in a blink of an eye, it turned into something horrible. Personally, I think that she only think about herself. She never considered about other people, her children, or the poor or the unfortunate people who live on this earth. She thought that if I could kill all my children and then kill myself, and all my problem would go away. No one could say anything to me. But it's not that simple, because you are a human being. You give birth to another human life, and you decided you don't want them, and in fact killed them all, her children, and try to kill herself. Heaven intervenes and says, I let you live, and why didn't you do the right thing? So that's why heaven didn't let her die. This sin of hers, while she's still alive, will burden her as long as she lives on earth. I think our Hmong community should not rush into marriage. Wait until you're in your 20s or at least 18 or 19. Marriage early, like this, as we say, is like children having children. And so, the more children that you have, the more work there is. And being a single mother or single father doubles the workload. I want to plead with our Hmong community to not rush into early marriage and wait.